All right, welcome back to SRS Chess. This is the hourly bullet arena that I actually already played this, and I'm doing a voiceover in post production, so I could just give a couple quick notes. So now this is the Nimzo Bogo, my opponent playing the Slav defense with a backwards pawn on the c file. Very interesting idea. So this goes into like a Philidor, basically. Nimzo Bogo Philidor. Very interesting piece coordination by my opponent. These are 1 minute games, so I mean they're very quick. They're gonna be won or lost on some tactics and oversights. Like that was obviously just a little oversight there, missing that he could just take my pawn. So now I give him a little piece coordination of my own. And now I can't really take that knight, or else the pawn's going to come in with tempo and fork the bishop and the queen. So now it's not looking that great. He wins another pawn. It looks like I will lose this game. So I might want to start thinking about playing just incredibly fast moves. Now he's probably just going to take that. Yep. So I'm still okay. My rook is hanging, which is, yeah, I'll come back to haunt you. So now he wins the rook. His play has been actually really impeccable. So kudos to my opponent. I would say that by all means, it appears that I didn't lose this game so much as he won it with his, frankly, quite brilliant play. So now he does, he like forces the queen trade, which is a little bit unusual. So my only hope to win this game would be on time. So we'll see if I can make a way. Gotta find, I'm going to win on time. Yeah, I won on time. All right, and I only really had like 2 moves that were just completely random. Now I've won 2 games out of the 2 I've attempted. And for my next trick, I will be playing Joaquin Balinas, a 1954 rated player from Hungary. He got his start in the Debrecen Open. It was his very famous performance at the Debrecen Open. Okay, so now there are not many good places to put that knight, and that was one of the many not good places. All right, so far this opening has been a disaster for me, and I'm ashamed. Okay, yeah, I demonstrated that I was in fact threatening to take that. Yes, I threatened to take that. Okay, and he's gonna let me checkmate him. Good. All right, that was a checkmate over Joaquin Balinas. All right, so that opponent didn't move. That opponent went offline, which is, I think, the only opponent I've had go offline. Actually, maybe ever on this account. It sounds ridiculous, but I believe, I can't remember it happening on this account at any other time. I don't think it has, at least not in the last like year, which is that's like the whole time I've had the account. All right, so don't play this. This is a very difficult line to play. The best response the black has for my opening is what my opponent's doing, more or less, to get the light squared bishop out and contest mine. It's very, I mean, I'm sure that it's Catalan theory. I mean, it's not to say that I don't know Catalan theory, but I don't know it that well. All right, so now I was losing this game until my opponent made a mistake, and now I'm winning. My opponent could have taken he just could have taken the, oh, this is really nice. He could have taken the rook, but he didn't. So it looks like my opponent's going for a checkmate, and I think he had to give up the queen, or I would have checkmated him. So now my opponent doesn't have anything. He won some stuff, but he doesn't have like a checkmate. As long as that okay, as long as my light squared bishop is there, it's okay. Now, if I remember correctly, I didn't mean to repeat moves here. I thought I had played this twice. And then I was just like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, you can repeat a position twice, but not 3 times. It's always helpful to repeat checks and just kind of take some time off the clock while looking for a tactic. Sometimes, not very often, you'll make the mistake I just made. I don't make it very often, at least. So okay. Okay, now this opponent is playing literally instantly. Sometimes you'll be like really compelled to do something to like test them and see like, are they really? Oh, I just lost my queen. Okay, so this game is meaningless now. All right, that sucks. All right, now I gave up. I should have played bishop to f4. At least that may have done something. Maybe it was a different f. The f square was like f something. All right, and we're going to play d4, c4, probably knight. Yep, knight f3. That's a good choice. All right, and then after e3, bishop captures on c4. The queen's going to capture on f3. And now I'm going to start pushing in the center, pushing in the center, pushing in the center. Oh, he gives up a piece. That's nice. Okay, and now I'm going to go for a checkmate, but he is... I gave him that opportunity. I gave him a great opportunity. He was thrilled with it. He was thrilled with the opportunity. So there's like a couple moves. Like I wanted to have the check. Now I can just take. Yeah, I should probably just take the knight. I agree with myself. All right. So now I remember this. I play a real poor move here. That was a blunder. I meant to play. Rook to e. Oh, never mind. Ain't no blunders in a game where there is a cha. Oh, repeating just one more time for effect. A checkmate. Yeah. Yeah. I was just making sure that was a checkmate. Like you always repeat. You know, if you can repeat, just always repeat. But if you can checkmate, always checkmate. So I'm in 4th place. Look at that. All right, so 4th place, but I'm the only. There was only two of the top 10 not on a streak, and I'm not on a streak. So I got to get on a streak. Man. All right, so I'd be even higher if I hadn't accidentally repeated that one game. That stinks. But I don't think I'd be. I probably would have lost a game if I had. If my opponent had timed out. So now I can just do this because, yep. Okay, so he could have taken, and then after queen takes, rook takes, then the knight could have gone there. So what I just did wasn't as bad as it looked like. It wasn't good, but it wasn't as bad as it looked like. All right, so now I would normally not play this move, but in this position, it did make a lot of sense. Now I'm going after his bishop, and he doesn't actually have a square to go to with it, so I'm just going to do that. He brings the knight in, probably the best move on his part. Nice move. And now I can fianchetto, and I do. I'm surprised that he hasn't played bishop to d3 yet. I guess he doesn't play it at all. Okay, now he forces a trade for some reason, which I wouldn't do if I were in that position. He's winning by a lot. Okay, now he allows me to have this checkmate threat. That's a checkmate threat. No, I shouldn't have done that. Nope. Well, hindsight's 20/20, and I don't know what was going on with my side there. Okay, now this is bad. This is really bad. Really bad. What? Oh, that is the move of the game. Oh, no, I got checkmated. Wow, he had 28 seconds left. Wow. Holy moly. Okay, wow. All right, and so now my opponent's rated 20-48. Okay, and he immediately goes to the Baudelaire attack. This is like a... Oh, I gave him a rook, and he didn't take it. All right, so my opponent playing unbelievably fast. It smells like a good time for a checkmate. Doesn't it? Okay, now I can take that. Nice. Okay, well, now I get to mess up his pawn structure. What was that move that he played? Did his knight just retreat? What was that? All right, yeah, this seems like I'm going to checkmate him. I'm going to checkmate him. I'm going to checkmate you. Oh, and I know what happens in this game. Oh, wow. I did a terrible job in this arena. I did a bad job. So now he had to give, I don't know if he had to give up the queen. That was probably the best move, though. So now I can pin his, I can pin his rook and now go after that. I'm not sure if he has a move here. Okay, so I'm going to move my queen like all the way back there for the reason that now I can pin him. And I'm setting up for a checkmate. Yes, I am. I'm setting up for a checkmate. It doesn't quite work. My opponent's playing incredibly well, to be honest. So, yeah, if you might not notice that, but yeah, he's playing incredibly well. So I was really worried that I was going to lose here. And yeah, the funny thing is that all I had to do was check him there and I would have had checkmate, but I didn't do that for some reason. I really don't have an explanation for why I had checkmate. All I had to do was check him with the rook. I really don't know why. I think I know that in my head I thought that he had a square to go to, and checking with the rook wasn't checkmate, so I didn't notice that was checkmate. Okay, so I just blundered a piece because I was like, is he really playing? It was kind of useless to do too. So now he's moved a lot of pawns for no reason. I'm not a big fan of this style of play, I have to say, by my opponent. I think it's kind of like it's kind of pedantic and boring. It's like, I can go fast, I can move pieces fast. That's how my opponent talks. That's how he talks. He goes, I can go fast, I can move pieces fast. Look at me, I move pieces, Mom. That's what he sounds like. All right, that was a very necessary move I just played. So now had to move the queen out of the way. Well, I didn't have to. I could have just taken I could have taken that knight, and I did not. So I'm not quite sure what was up with that. Now I'm looking for a checkmate here, like pretty obviously. I should have taken that pawn first. But yeah, take that pawn. Take that pawn. All right, so now I'm going to force them to trade queens, or I will checkmate him. Okay, I'll checkmate him. All right, so that was a checkmate. All right, so that's good. Now my rating is up to 1,800, which is surprising, I guess, considering the history of my account being, yeah. Well, I used to be 2,200 on this account, so yeah. There's been all sorts of just kind of funny changes in my rating. Okay, so now this just doesn't look like a good time to castle, so I'm just not going to castle. At least not at this time. And now I notice that I can't move the knight, or so I protect the queen. Very sensible move. Now I should just move the queen. Now, yeah, he didn't. That looked dangerous, but there is no way for him to checkmate me. I have two knights protecting against that move. But yeah, I didn't want to get checkmated like that, so I took that. Okay, now he's gonna do that, and okay, I'm gonna lose this game. It looks winnable until the last thing happened. He has checkmated too. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that was a very difficult game. That was a very, very, very difficult game. All right, and now let's see if this opponent is equally impenetrable. I should be higher than 7th place in the arena because was it 2 or 3 wins that I missed for some strange reason. Okay, I almost was able to pin the queen. I don't know if I could have. Okay, that was a good idea. I almost checkmated him. I'm going to try to checkmate him by getting the knight over there. So, yes, I recall this game. This is a good game. So now there's a couple ways to. He just shouldn't have taken that, honestly. And so now, very nice move here. Just looking for the checkmate. There's 2 checkmates, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I could have checkmated him twice into. No, maybe not. That might have been the only checkmate. I'm in 12th place, so all it would take is a win or two to get on to the top 10. Can I do it? Well, yeah, because I should have won 3 games that I didn't win. I also got the one win that was the timeout, but apart from the timeout, I haven't had any like unusual luck. I would say that more than anything, I've just I just blundered a piece. Okay, it happens. I blundered the queen. Okay, no, he didn't take it. All right, so this should be a loss. This is lucky. This was very lucky. I just kind of threw my queen away, and he missed it. All right. I went from anger to being thrilled, all in just a moment. Okay, I found the check. That's nice. All right, so now I just need to find a way to actually beat this opponent, which is not easy. He looks extraordinarily difficult to beat. That was the right move. That was definitely the right move. I want to stay there. And, okay. Now he just kind of gave me this, to be honest. All right, that's checkmate. Nice. All right, that was good. So there's only 24 seconds left, so I just wanted it to go till the end. I just wanted this to go till the end of the arena. So 17, 16. And then if after 10 seconds, then there's nothing left. Okay, so yeah, perfect. Okay, I got checkmated at the perfect time. And now I finished in exactly 11th place. Great. So easily had a top 10 finish had I checkmated any of the 3 opponents that I